Okay, now next we'll finally start with uh, shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for some standard cases. Now I'm going to call them as standard cases because based on these concepts only we are going to solve the problems. So if we know the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for these standard cases, then we can solve any type of problems. Okay, the first standard case is cantilever beam with point load at free end. See, this is the cantilever beam. It is fixed at one end and then it is free at other end. It is subjected to load W at its free end. We all know that the shear force or bending moment diagram is going to vary from one section to other cross section along its length. If L is the length of this cantilever beam, what we'll do is, since the length is along the x-axis, we'll consider the length to be starting from this free end, then it is going to move to left end. That is, it is moving along x-axis, length is along x-axis. At free end, if I consider length, then it is 0. What we'll do is we'll consider length along x-axis as x is equal to 0, because at this end x or length x is 0. Then as I move towards the left, the value of x goes on increasing, that is length goes on increasing, and finally at this end x value is L. So length varies from 0 at free end to total length of the beam at the fixed end. What for plotting shear force diagram and bending moment diagram, what we'll do is we'll take a section on this beam at a distance x. Okay, let us consider this section to be xx from distance x from free end, and then we'll represent it in this diagram. Okay, so I have taken a section xx, and on this section length of the beam is x, and this is load acting is W. Suppose I want to find what is shear force acting on this section xx, then what I need to consider? I need to consider all the forces towards right or all the forces towards left. So since there is no beam towards left, consider all the forces towards the right. There is only one force, that is W, and it is acting in downward direction with respect to this axis. Downward direction shear force from right, it is positive. Okay, so only one force is there, so shear force at section xx is equal to plus W, because it is acting in downward direction. Now if you look at this section, this equation is for shear force. There is only W and there is no x. That means this shear force is not depending on the value of x. What does it mean? If I consider this section, shear force will be W. If I consider this section, shear force will be W. Or if I consider any section, then shear force is going to remain constant, that is W. It is not going to change with respect to x, because there is no term x. That means shear force, if I make x equal to 0, then it will be W itself. If I make x equal to x, then also it will be W. If I make x equal to L, then the shear force is also going to remain same, that is W. So how to plot shear force diagram? Look at this. For plotting shear force diagram, first you need to draw a zero shear force line. This horizontal line represents zero shear force. That means any point on this horizontal line, shear force is 0. If I move upward, then there will be positive shear force. If I move downward, then there will be negative shear force. Higher the height, if the height is more, that means shear force is more. If the height in downward direction is more, then the shear force is negative, but shear force is more. Okay, so shear force, the value of shear force is W, and it is not going to change with respect to x. That means W is constant throughout the length. So from starting point x equal to 0, if I plot at this point, that is x equal to 0, shear force is W. So suddenly shear force is becoming W, and even if I change the value of x along the length, the value of shear force is constant. so it is a horizontal straight line and the value is W. Okay, this is how we get shear force diagram for cantilever beam subjected to point load W. The shear force is constant and the value is W. Okay, because only one force is applied. Now come to bending moment. We all know that bending moment is given by force into perpendicular distance. Take bending moment with respect to x-axis. Come from right side. Okay, bending moment is force into perpendicular distance. Force is W and perpendicular distance is x. Only one force is acting, and look at how this force is going to bend. It is going to bend the beam in downward way. Okay, the beam will be bent downward. That means the sign convention for bending moment is minus. So bending moment with respect to x-axis is minus W into x. That is what I am writing here. Bending moment is equal to minus W into x. There is a x term. That means bending moment is going to change along the length. As I change the value of x, if x equal to 0, then bending moment will be 0 different. If x equal to L by 2, if I change the value of x as L by 2, half the length of the beam, then bending moment will be different. If I take x equal to L, then bending moment will be different. So that is what we are going to do. Now in this equation, the variable is x, because x changes from 0 at this end. If I take center, x will be L by 2. If I take the left end, then x will be L. That means x is the variable and load is constant. So look at the maximum power of variable. Power is 1. That means variation is straight line or linear variation. Then how it is going to vary? For that, what we are going to do is we are going to put x equal to 0. X equal to 0 in the sense this end. When I put x equal to 0 in this equation, bending moment will become 0. So at this point, bending moment is 0. Then after that, in this equation, put x equal to L. When I put x equal to L, this is nothing but left end of the beam. Okay, when I put x equal to L, then the equation becomes bending moment is equal to minus W into L. Okay, so bending moment at this end is minus W into L. Now look at the graph how we are plotting. Initially we are plotting a horizontal line which represents 0 bending moment. If I consider any point on this bending moment, then the value will be 0. If I move above this bending moment line, then it will be positive bending moment. If I move below this 0 bending moment line, then it will be negative bending moment. Okay, now consider these two equations. Bending moment at this point is 0, so I'm starting from here. Then when x equal to L, that is nothing but this section, bending moment value is W into L. Look at this, minus W into L. So it is minus W into L at this point. W into L will be having some value. Randomly I can take this much as the value. Then how to join from 0 to this value? Whether use straight line or whether use curved line, that depends on this equation. Here I am getting linear variation. Linear variation in the sense I can join from 0 to this value by means of a straight line. Okay, so I have taken this straight line downward because I am getting the bending moment as minus. So this is how to plot a shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. The procedure is same for all the problems. What we need to do, we need to consider a beam, okay, and we need to plot a shear force diagram and bending moment diagram with respect to length. For different cross section, what is the bending moment diagram? And in that, for us important is which section is subjected to maximum shear force and maximum bending moment. If you look at shear force diagram, when I am applying load, all the cross section are subjected to same shear force. Okay, all the cross sections are subjected to same shear force. That means if the beam fails because of shear force, it may fail at any cross section. It may be failing at any cross section. All the cross sections are critical. But look at bending moment diagram. If you consider bending moment diagram, bending moment is 0 at this section. at this section bending moment is 0. As I move towards the left side, okay, the bending moment value is going on increasing. It is increasing from 0 to some negative value. Okay, if you look at the height is going on increasing, and it is maximum at the fixed end. So if the beam fails because of the bending moment, then it is going to fail at this section. So this section is the most critical section when it is subjected to bending moment, because maximum bending moment will be for this cross section, and when the bending moment is maximum, bending stress will also be maximum at this cross section. So when you are designing a beam, cantilever beam subjected to point load at free end, you need to consider this section as critical section. If this section is safe, then all the remaining sections are safe. This is about shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for cantilever beam subjected to point load.